Hi, I'm Nick Bolton, the founder of Animas Centre for Coaching, and in this video I want to explore one of the most vital foundations of transformative coaching, and that's the dialogic principle. When most people imagine a coaching session, they imagine a kind of structured question and answer session. The coach asks a question, the client responds, the coach asks another question, and hopefully the client arrives somewhere useful eventually. But transformative coaching doesn't work like that. It's not a mechanical process. It's not a sequence. It's not a script. It's a dialogue. My dialogue may not have structure, but it does have direction. Its aim is the co-construction of meaning and the emergence of insight. The dialogic principle also recognizes that insight doesn't come fully formed from inside the client, nor does it come from the coach's expertise. It emerges in the relational space between them, in the ebb and flow of language, pauses, reflections, questions, and shared attention. It's in the dialogue that something new becomes possible. The principle also means that the coach isn't trying to lead the client somewhere. Instead, the coach is listening in a way that's open, responsive, and alive to what's unfolding. The conversation becomes a kind of co-created exploration, where both people are affected by what's said and what's unsaid, what's noticed and what's questioned, what's revealed and what's held in silence. Dialogue also has a way of slowing people down. Clients so often live inside their automatic narratives, the stories they've told themselves for years, the well-rehearsed explanations, the polished versions of themselves and of events. But in dialogue, when we reflect their words back, and when we ask them to stay with a phrase or a feeling, when we follow a thread they didn't realize they were pulling, new meaning starts to arise between us. The familiar stories loosens and something more authentic starts to speak. This is why transformative coaching isn't transactional. We're not working through a list of questions. We're listening for the moment the client says something that surprises even them. We're listening for the shifts in tone, the hesitations, the contradictions that signal deeper layers of meaning. Dialogue also asks something very important from the coach: presence, the willingness to be changed by what they hear, the curiosity to sit with uncertainty, and the relational capacity to be with the client, not just as a facilitator, but as a human being in shared inquiry. This means that the coach's voice matters too, not in the sense of giving advice, but in the sense of offering reflections, observations, or invitations that help the client see themselves in new ways. Dialogue is mutual. It's not that the client speaks and the coach disappears. It's that both voices contribute something to the emergence of meaning. You can think of the dialogic principle like jazz. There may not be a rigid structure, but there is a sense of direction, a sense of shared intention. And the real magic happens in the improvisation, in the way each player responds to the other person in the moment. Coaching at its best has that same improvisational quality. You meet the client where they are. You attend to what is alive. And in that conversation, you create something entirely new. So the dialogic principle is an invitation to treat coaching not as a performance or as a procedure or as a process, but as a living conversation. A space where two people come together with openness and curiosity, and where transformation emerges not from technique or process, but from authentic, reflective dialogue. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.